All right, y'all. You know what this is. You know who I am. There's no point in doing a preamble because I take up too much time. Let's just get right into it. It's early on Saturday mornings. I record this. When I say early, I mean early. But that's fine. It's what I had scheduled. It's what I had available because my goddamn day is busy. And this is gonna be funny what I talk about. It's the homie from the crib, and he has on a good Blackhawks jersey, Mr. Adalberto Rios. I know you've been the show. Dude, tell me why I was so look. This is how fucked up I was. I knew I was talking to somebody from Chicago today. I said, okay, I'm talking to one of these niggas. It's either Alberto or Chauncey. It's one of these niggas. And I couldn't remember which one. So I sent Chauncey the link and he didn't respond. I said, fuck's up? Then I looked at my phone. I was like, oops, wrong person. At least I was up. I'm up and everything. You good, man?
I'm good, I think.
Y'all starting to get sleet and snow already, bro.
Depends on what part of Chicago. More further up north.
Okay, yeah.
I'm a South D, so
So yeah, you're lucky for a while.
Yeah.
Listen, it was 91 degrees a couple days ago. I was like, "Ooh, I could brag." Did you go see Black Adam yet?
No, either today or tomorrow.
Okay, it's one of those. I tell her, like I said, it's a movie.
It's a movie.
I just read a review on Twitter. This is how I know people are full of shit. I'm gonna read the exact thing I read to you because I was like, "Yo, there's no reason you should make this." Hold on, let me see. Message request. You know those people who swear by everything that DC does and won't just take shit for real. This is somebody made an actual post. Although the film has its flaws, Black Adam is a lot of fun to watch. I did not think that the film was generic or similar to your typical MCU film, but this is just my opinion. The third act and fight scenes were Dragon Ball level fire. Here's the problem. Why'd you got to compare it to an MCU movie?
Because everybody does. Everybody does that bullshit. It's like
the problem is, but they do, and then the problem becomes like you don't want it to be compared to those. You know what I'm saying? You're like, yo, this is its own thing. It's like, okay, let it stand on its own thing.
It's a rock movie.
Huh?
It's a rock movie.
Which that's what the fuck, man. Listen.
I like Dwayne The Rock Johnson, but it's a rock movie. Like
it's a rock movie to the full.
All it is.
This nigga is the people's champion in this movie. That's it.
He hasn't shown much range yet. Like I love the dude, but
that's why I said he should have just been the full-on villain.
Spoilers. Okay.
Oh, he told you he's not the full-on villain.
I know, I hate that. Like
he told you he's an anti-hero.
Like you're playing. Oh yeah, whatever.
You're Black Adam, bro. You a villain.
Yeah. And his whole campaign to fight Superman is like, dude, you calm it down. Bring that back a little bit. Like,
did you hear what I said in my review? Like, yo, you missing a whole
I have not watched your. I have not.
Oh yeah, because you ain't seen the movie yet, bro.
Nope.
I said this in the review. I said, yo, you missing a whole chunk of what you need to do before you even go to Superman.
Like you did say that in your the podcast that you did.
Yeah.
So,
but it's like, bro, you got to go. You got to do Shazam first. Like, you should have been in Shazam, and then when you wasn't gonna be in Shazam because you was like, okay, he need a movie. Well, not yet, because then he was supposed to be the original villain for Suicide Squad 2. They were supposed to, the Suicide Squad, Amanda Waller was going to send them out to track down a weapon of mass destruction. The weapon of mass destruction was Black Adam.
I'm kind of glad he wasn't, because I can't, as violent as Black Adam is, I don't see not one of them damn guys surviving Suicide Squad 2. None of them. Not Margot Robbie. Not.
Nigga, he stood up to Hawkman. Okay.
Like,
I don't care how much of a Gary and Carter Hall is. Him and Carter Hall had a straight fight, and then they kicked it afterwards.
See, that sounds fun.
Then there's Cyclone. The only one I can get is Dr. Fate, and then I have everybody. My biggest problem with Dr. Fate is if you know the story of Dr. Fate, Naboo does not let him take that helmet off like that.
Not familiar, so I'll take your word for it.
He has the helmet is like enchanted and magical, but it overpowers you. And so, like, dude can't take the helmet off like that, like he wants to. But because it's Hollywood and it's Pierce Brosnan, and you need to see Pierce Brosnan's face, you're gonna let him take the helmet off.
That's I think that's my biggest problem with all these superhero movies. And they just willingly take the helmet off. Like, I don't know how any of these people have a freaking secret identity when their mask is off 90% of the time.
That's the problem with, like, that's the biggest. Like, I love the fact when you get to see A-list talent that you know can carry a role, whatever, in a movie, a TV show. But it's like, yo, these mocks have to be there's a secret identity for a reason.
Yeah.
Like, every time I look at Man of Steel or just any Superman thing, no matter what it's ever been, it's never equated to me how people couldn't compare that Clark Kent and Superman are the same person.
I'll give you the one in Christopher Reeves because he did a really good job of like wearing baggier suits.
Yeah, this is true. Yes. You
know,
Christopher Reeve, he really was Clark. Okay, Clark Kent in his regard was a completely different person. It was, hey Lois, hey boss. It was one of those. It was like you said, it was never slouched and everything. It was never straight up, back straight, all that. It was never that, right? That was cool. Like fucking Henry Cavill, as dope as he was, bro. That's the same person. Just the glasses.
Exact same person. Tight shirts, fully like muscular as hell. Like, there's no way you're confusing that with Superman.
There's no way that Clark Kent is a wimpy little bitch. Yeah, like he can't do nothing. That Clark Kent fights people sometimes.
Yeah.
That Clark Kent might be in a fraternity.
I'm just saying, like, it looks like when it was like Lois Lane figured it out, it wasn't even a test for Batman, and Lex Luthor figured it out.
Luke was like, wait, hold up. Excuse me, what? And then said Bruce Wayne a note, hey, goddamn it, let me tell you something. I've been thinking about this for a minute. I know who y'all.
Yeah. Have you seen the people that are trying to bring back that stupid freaking Zack Snyder crap again? Like, when are these people let it go?
So here's the best part about this. They're going to be real pissed. Yeah. Man of Steel 2 is absolutely happening.
Oh, yeah, now it is.
But not with Zack Snyder.
No.
Not with Zack Snyder. Because they keep thinking that he come. Like, I don't know what y'all thought. Like, Snyder's the reason Cavill left.
Yeah. And if you think The Rock is going to step aside and let Zack Snyder stomp over what he wants to do, I don't think so.
You got to be a special level of stupid to think that.
No.
There's no fucking way.
The dude has a name, like, for a reason.
But that's the problem I have too. And that's not the Snyder part. It's him wanting to make the universe revolve around Black Adam. If he was any other character, I'd be like, depends on the character. But you cannot build a universe around Black fucking Adam.
Not if he's gonna beat everybody up. Yeah, like he's not the good guy. He's not the good guy.
Look, I know people like, what about they did Iron Man and all this, but Iron Man had a bunch of people that you eventually could build off of, which they did, right? We all know Marvel Comics as a whole was built off the back of Spider-Man, right?
Really?
Because, Marvel Comics was really built off the back of Spider-Man and pretty much in the X-Men somewhat. But when they started building, when they built Marvel Studios, because they didn't have Spider-Man, it was like, we're going to pick Iron Man, which I'll admit, everybody was like, are you fucking serious? Iron Man? Because nobody cared about him. Just like nobody really cared about Captain America. People don't want to admit that. Captain America was a B-list character.
Yeah.
And so
most of Captain America's plot lines and like all the newer stuff was like he comes in, helps out Spider-Man, disappears again. Like that's all it was.
Him in, him out, right? Yep. But Marvel Studios took that and was like, okay, he's a hero. We can actually make this happen the way we need to. Then you bring in Thor. Everybody loves Thor. Thor was always going to be a thing, right? The Hulk was easy because it was Hulk smash. Just make it not the Ang Lee version. That's it.
That's what I had
to do.
Just
don't do the Ang Lee. That's it. Okay.
And replace the other guy.
And replace the guy.
Well, what's his name?
Which one? Ed Norton or
Ed Norton? You got to replace Ed Norton.
Yeah. And then replace Norton out of the Incredible Hulk. That's all you got to do.
Yeah.
Black Widow was like, all right, whatever, I guess. Hawkeye was just like Hawkeye's kind of cool in the cartoons, but I don't know what you're gonna do. Like that bright ass purple ain't gonna cut it, bro. Live action. And then you're like, all right, it's Jeremy Renner. And everybody was like, the dude from the Hurt Locker. Okay. But the thing is, they took those characters and they were because they had enough backstory to be able to work with different people, and it worked, right? Black Adam, again, you missed the gate. The dude is his origin story, fine, but the dude has to fight a whole family. The man says there's nobody on this planet that can beat me, or what, nigga? It's 6 people in a family who can beat you that have the exact same powers as you.
He's supposed to be one of them. He was the one that was cast away.
You're the one that was cast. You're the 7th throne. Mm-hmm. You're the 7th throne. So you're telling me that that's not possible, bro. There's a whole story. There's a family that can fuck you up. Okay. Also, Superman whoops your ass too.
Yep.
So what are, when it comes to this, you trying to build this universe off of this dude. He only has 2 real storylines.
Yeah.
Like, some people are like, well, he in the comics, he joins GSA for a minute, and nobody give a shit about that. Like, there's nothing about Black Adam. Again, Dwayne Johnson as the character, as the actor, people are like, okay, it's The Rock. But like you said before, it's a Rock movie. There's nothing unique about this. And I'm not trying to shit on the movie. It's just like, you've seen one Rock Dwayne Johnson movie, you've seen them all.
Here's my thing with it. Like, just because it has no substance doesn't mean it ain't gonna be a good movie. What's wrong with just having a fun movie, go watch, you enjoy it, and then you leave? Like, what's wrong with what happened to those movies? Why is that like, oh, it can't be like that anymore?
Easy.
Why is it always like perfection or trash?
Marvel Studios has done it for everybody because Marvel Studios, it wasn't even about perfection. It was about a long game, and now everybody's trying to figure out the long game. When Marvel Studios was like, all right, we just gonna look. Iron Man's a movie. They didn't expect Iron Man. They for damn sure didn't expect Iron Man to make the money it made. Captain America, everybody was like, it's Captain America, whatever, right? Thor, why the fuck am I watching Shakespeare? Because that's literally what Thor is, Shakespeare.
Yeah.
Okay. And then here comes the Avengers. The what?
Yeah.
You like, there's a what? The Avengers movie. And then you see the Avengers movie and you're like, well, shit. And then, again, it's playing a long game. Who's the post-credit scene of the first Avengers? Thanos. It's playing a long game.
Yeah.
But then it started being able to build. So then DC, when they was like, yo, we're going to do our DCEU, everybody was like, okay, all right. You doing Superman.
The biggest problem with that, it was that when they did Superman, they weren't even thinking about doing a
sure wasn't.
Universe. And then Zack Snyder decides, hey, I want to make a Batman movie, but I can't. So let me just throw him in with Superman.
And that's the only reason he wanted Batman from jump.
Yep. And
they was like, no, because Batman's a $10 million property, and they didn't think he could do it, which he can't. But then some people are like, well, have you seen Watchmen and this, that? I'm like, I don't know if that'll translate to him. If Night Owl 2 is his interpretation of doing Batman, I'm good, bro. Let's just be real. If we're going off Watchmen, because that's what everybody was using at first.
I did like Watchmen, though.
If Night Owl 2, not the whole movie, Watchmen is a dope movie. I love Watchmen. Just Night Owl 2. That's it.
Yeah. I mean, the problem with Watchmen, it's literally the comic and live action.
Yes, it is.
There's no adaptation. The only thing he changed was ending.
Yeah.
There was no work there. There was no work there.
You didn't have to earn anything out of it.
No, you just took the comic, put it on the big screen.
And then, like you said, they wasn't thinking about a universe, right? And Batman versus Superman was okay. Like, all right, they got to beat and probably fight. That's fine. Like, it sounds in there. Yes, Batman would want to fight Superman. Who the fuck is this dude, right?
Yeah,
that's fine. Cool. But then when you said Dawn of Justice, huh?
Too many comic books in one movie.
You're like, wait, what? You finna wait. You about to try to do now? Oh yeah, we're gonna bring in Wonder Woman in this movie. Wait, what? And we're giving you the Flash and Aquaman and Cyborg a little bit. Excuse me, what? No, wait, huh? What are y'all doing?
And
Y'all
Doomsday.
should build these movies. Oh, you know what? All these solo movies, we're gonna do that after we do this Justice League movie. No, you gotta tell me who the fuck people. Wait, huh? Slow down.
If I was gonna do that, give you all these guys all at once, I wouldn't have gave you a Batman. Remember, Batman's the first guy on the list. Batman for Superman, not Superman versus Batman.
Yeah,
tells you everything right there.
Which by the way, it is Batman versus Superman. Yep.
But you take that, okay? Like if you're gonna do that, you don't do them versus each other. Like you just drop them into the Justice League, call it a day. Because there's a good the DC New 52 book where they bring the Justice League together, where they all meet each other for the first time, fighting each other.
Of course.
And that would have been a great story to adapt. They would have adapted that story. You get your first 15 minutes of them meeting and fighting, and then they go fight the dark side.
Because somebody's like, yo, why? Somebody's like, yo, who are you? Batman trusts nobody, right? So him trying to fight everybody makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, I don't trust you. You may harm. Dude, Batman is so crazy. Like, it'd be superheroes and supervillains. He'd be like, I don't give a shit what you do with the world. You might fuck with Gotham. That's it. You'd be like, hey, bro, there's a whole nother, okay, whatever. And so they all got to appear in Gotham, though. That's the only way it works for him.
Not really, because you could have done it where, like, you do the boxes. The boxes.
Okay, so he's looking for the boxes, yes.
No, they just start dropping it on Earth everywhere. Gotham, Metropolis. Like, and so... Like in the comic, it let Green Lantern went to Batman because they were both tracing the boxes.
The boxes, yeah.
And then you get that great moment of them going, "Wait, you're real?" to each other, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
And then Green Lantern calls the Flash, and then they go against Superman, and Superman pretty much beat them all up. And then they find out that Superman's not part of it, and then now they're off to doom. That's what he tried to do in that movie, with Justice League movie, but messed it completely up. That's literally what he was trying to do with that movie, that comic.
Yeah, because he was hurry up, like, I need to hurry up and kill. Because remember, after Batman beat Superman, let me hurry up and kill Superman.
Yeah, that was stupid. It's like, here's Superman, now he's dead, now he's back. Like, there's no storyline there. No. Why do people give a shit that he's dead? He only did one thing and he destroyed Metropolis. So what was the point of him?
Which, by the way, yo, you gonna put that motherfucker? Yeah, that's what you put him on, because he destroyed. Also, that's another thing that's not Superman. Superman is not reckless. Okay, he's not that reckless.
If you take out Zod, out of the equation, like don't bring in Zod yet, and because this is great one-off book where Superman first becomes Superman, and he's that reckless because he doesn't realize what he's doing.
Okay, that's fair.
And he's fighting a cyborg. Okay. So when he destroys the cyborg, who cares?
Right.
And then you find out Zod behind the whole thing after all. That Zod sent that thing there.
Mm-hmm.
And now you get the Zod. And then in the second movie, you get the Zod versus Superman story.
Also, Superman, again, if he can help, whoever he's fighting, he does not kill.
Yeah, exactly. So you want that kill moment? He killed a robot.
The robot is fine. Take the robot out, it doesn't matter.
But like he's combining too much stuff together all at once and then saying it's a great story. You have no substance. You don't know how to tell a proper story.
You let this mod break Zod's neck.
Yeah. And then you bring Zod back as Doomsday, which completely destroys the idea of what Doomsday is.
Yes, it does.
And so he's pointless. You just destroyed a bunch of characters.
But listen, if you watch the extended cut, it's so much better now. The story doesn't make any sense.
The story makes more sense in the extended cut because scenes are moved around to where they're actually flowing into each other. So
this is again, I say this, I don't care who it is. I say this with superhero movies, regular movies, whatever. When people be like, because this ties into people going, excuse me, this ties into people going, well, you got to watch the extended cut.
You don't have to, but it does make more sense.
But that's the problem.
That is a problem.
Stop making this movie that's super long that the only way you're going to fully get it and it fully makes sense is if I watch this extra version. I have to rewatch this movie again with another 30 minutes, right?
Yeah.
it should be. I understand shit hits the cutting room floor all the time. I get it. As somebody actor, I get it. Again, I had more of a scene in Dog than what everybody saw, and like so, I understand shit hitting the cutting room floor. Like there's so much more I do in that scene that was like I'm like, you know what? It don't matter at the end of the day. I auditioned for the role to get paid for the role as a part of the cat credits and everything and all this shit. So whatever, it got cut a little, whatever. But if it doesn't take away from the whole story, the fact that what Snyder does is when you get his theatrical cuts, it takes away from the story because in order for me to see the full story, I got to watch this movie again with an extra 42 minutes.
Here's the other thing, though. Like I said, scenes are moved around, so it's not like this was his original movie. It's like, oh, that movie sucked. Let me recut this, and then now it looks better.
But see, that's
now it's too late.
Now it's too late. Now you recutting it. It's not you putting back in the scenes you took out. You're recutting it, moving shit.
Yeah, that's exactly what that extended cut does. It moves shit around.
So now it really is a whole different movie.
Yeah. And then he took out a bunch of scenes where like why it's like Superman goes to that place and then everybody blames him for stuff. But you don't see what happened because he cut all that part out. And then you find out that there's another person there who killed everybody and blamed it on Superman. So it's just like you take out too many key parts and then it doesn't make any sense anymore. But hey, he's a great director. He needs to come back, and I don't think so. I think he's a great visual director. I think if he stopped trying to be like a story director and just focus on visuals, it'd be great.
Oh yeah, his visuals dope. I just don't need there's too much slow motion in Black Adam.
Like I'll take word for it. I haven't seen it yet. Everybody does complain about that. Like that's one thing I've heard is everybody complains about slow motion. Like not everybody needs slow motion.
Slow motion. There's no reason. Look, Cyclone's powers are wind manipulation, aerokinesis, all this. You show me one time what it looks like. The rest of the time, just show me some fucking tornadoes and whirlwinds and shit just happening.
Yeah, I don't need to see it every single time.
This motherfucking Black Adam has a Quicksilver scene. When I say Quicksilver, I mean X-Men Days of Future Past.
I'm going to say this. Black Adam is not that fast. He's not. I mean, he's fast, but he ain't that fast. He's not Superman fast. He's not the Flash fast. Like he's not that fast. He's fast. He's not that fast.
According to this motherfucker, he is faster than everybody. He's faster than Shazam, according to what they're doing it.
Yeah, that makes no sense.
Because the way they're gonna try to, I know the way they're gonna try to do it. They're gonna do it under the principle of he was the first champion, so he should. And it's like, no.
But he's not supposed to be the first champion. He's one of 7.
Well, he's one of 7, but he's also in the story. Remember, he's the champion they chose first, and then they found out, oh, you reckless.
Yeah.
Come here, fam. Let's holler at you. We need to take this from you. Yeah. And technically, they still don't take it. They can't. That's the thing. You can't take it. They don't take it from him ever. They just have to imprison him.
Yeah.
Because it's one of the things where it's like, we gave it to you. Unless he gives it back, you can't do anything. Like, think about it. That's the Wizard's rules, basically. Unless they're open their heart to you to give it to you, you can't take it.
Yeah.
Which there needs to be they need to have bylaws in Magic. Like, hey, I open my heart and I give this to you. You fuck up though. There's rules. It come right back. You go dark, you evil. Like there needs to be some rules.
Yeah, 100%. Like having him be the main villain for Shazam would have been a great one.
That's what it was supposed to be.
That would have been a good one. I don't see him being a big bad in Suicide Squad because Suicide Squad isn't meant to handle a Shazam type character.
But that's the beautiful thing about with Suicide Squad. Again, they're disposable.
Yeah.
So we lost 8 people in the beginning of the Suicide Squad.
Yeah, they're gonna. True.
We lost 8 people in the first 20 minutes. And we thought people that we thought was going to be around. We was like, oh, Pete Davidson going to be around here. Michael Rooker going to stick around. Oh, Michael Rooker got his shit blown in, and the Canary then came back and got his retribution and is eating out his skull. Pete Davidson is like, I called you. And then they shot shit Weasel. We thought Weasel was like, the Weasel can't swim. You know, Mongal. I was like, oh, she died. When I saw Mongal was in, I was like, oh, this bitch is dying. They
killed everybody.
Dude, the detachable kid, the way he went, I was like, oh, they shot the shit about him.
But that was done for entertainment purposes. It was fun. It was like when Deadpool killed all his X-Force.
Oh my God. Because we all do hey yo, the X-Force gonna live. Oh shit.
That was perfect. They all died after like a minute later. Fantastic.
Dog, when Zeitgeist, when Bill Skarsgård, when that motherfucker went into that wood chipper, I was like, yo.
When Brad Pitt turned out to be the Invisible Man, yeah, that's fantastic. That dude does some stuff sometimes, man. It is just wonderful.
Dude probably spent less than a day filming that scene.
He was there for like 10 minutes.
Look, we need you to grab onto this line, just shake like you're getting electrocuted. We'll yell cut, and that's it. Yep, we'll do the rest in post. They said we'll do the rest of this in post. Like that, it is what it is. So what else been going on, man?
Just work, man. Just work.
You sound so sad.
Yeah, I got nothing really going on. I just work. That's all. I'm an old boring man. I just work, and that's about it.
See, I don't. You know what? Look, let me tell you something. That life sounds a little bit nice, and what I mean by that is like, I just go to work, come home, live my life, got my wife, I'm good. You know, and me here I am is my schedule has something on it for the next 20-something odd days, and I'm gonna be sitting around this bitch. Just crying because I'm tired. Because like today, after I do this, I was supposed to go to the Getty Museum to go visit, but I was like, shit, I gotta get in the gym. I haven't been in the gym in 2 days because I've been so busy. So
I've been in the gym in like 4 weeks.
Bro, look, 2 days is already long enough for me. Like I can't.
Dude, I had a bad cough for like a month. I could not do shit.
No COVID? It wasn't COVID?
No, because like I took like everything I took didn't work until my doctor was like, just take some Zyrtec and some Sudafed. And then it was just like, I'm fine again.
Literally. That was it.
I'm taking Robitussin. I'm taking like NyQuil. I'm taking.
See, look, this is how you know this is how y'all know he from the hood, ladies and gentlemen. I'm looking at y'all directly. What was the first thing he said? So some Robitussin. Hey, get that little tussin real quick, dog.
Like it got so bad, like even like all this right here started swelling up, and it was like very painful.
Do you have sinuses?
I do have sinus problems. So
that's
what it was.
Yeah.
So I was out for a month because like you can't go to the gym coughing like crazy. You just can't.
Well, you get your ass away from this goddamn tree.
You're trying to push up, and then now you're hacking.
While pushing too, you got when you. They don't know if they want to help you. You'll be like, cover your mouth. You be like, I can't, bitch. I got both hands.
I'm dying. Help me.
I suffer from bad sinuses, so I get it. But my sinuses get so bad to the point where I have to remind myself, like it'll make me feel like I have a toothache. But because of the way I'm like, why the fuck is my tooth hurting so bad?
Well, I gotta explain that. There's actually two vents from inside your sinuses into like the corner of your jaw. Have you ever looked at the back of your jaw? There's two little holes there. That helps release pressure from inside your sinuses. Like when you like kind of go up and down in airplanes. That's part of the thing to help you relieve it so you don't get like dizzy.
Yeah.
And so when you get swelled up, when you hit that canal, that's the problem. It hits that canal, gets swollen, and then it feels like a toothache, and it's not because it's just the back of your jaw.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I mean, I was like, it was one night I was in the bed. It was like 2-3 in the morning. I was just like, oh, I went and grabbed whatever Orajel I could find. I was trying to figure out like, what the fuck? I was like, what do I need to pull out? Do I need to pull my whole jaw out? Because that's how bad it felt. And then I was like, because I took like cold medicine, I took some allergy pills. I was like, no. And then something just hit me. Was like, yo, go get some sinus pills from behind the counter. Because I have to have the ones behind the counter, the ones that have the real kick with the pseudoephedrine in it that they think I'm gonna make meth with, which I'm not. I just need to drain this shit. Literally.
That's the pseudoephedrine I had to pick up.
Because because like there's the whole you can massage supposedly, but I was so swollen. I was at the point where just the trying to massage to break it up to move it out wasn't gonna work anymore. So I ended up having to also because so my air conditioner in my apartment also doubles as a heater. So when the winter time out here comes, it does get cold because this is still kind of a desert area. So when it hits like sometimes it'll be 40s and 30s at low, I'll be like, okay, it's a little nippy in this bitch. But I turn this on. If I turn this bitch on heater, this shit will dry my whole fucking apartment out so quick.
You need a humidifier.
I got a fucking air purifier, but I need a humidifier.
Yeah, you need a humidifier.
Like, I need a humidifier for if I do this shit. Because I was like, I remember one time I did, I was like, oh, I felt so terrible. It was like middle of the night waking up. I'm trying to open my balcony door to get air in to breathe. And it's like, it's too late. We already at this point, like, I'm fucked. You know,
you need like some mistifier.
Something to put some like,
moisture back in your nose.
Dude,
it gotta be moist. Dude, it gets too dry. I'll bust up. Start having chronic nosebleeds.
Yeah.
So,
which is so weird. Like the human body is so crazy. It's things like that. Like if it dries out too much, you just start bleeding, and you're like, "Wait, am I dying? Like, what's causing this nosebleeds? Like, is my brain leaking? Like, because you just start bleeding out the nose. Like, I've had that happen where I woke up out of my sleep. I thought I had a runny nose, and I just have no.
That's dry. That's from when it gets too dry. That's what happens.
Yeah. No, man. I just I'm just trying to, be prepared for everything that's coming. Like everything that's happening. Like next week is the season finale of the show, right?
Okay.
So tell me why this is the first time I it's weird. I've always waited to see and hear if shows get renewed because I just want to watch them. I'm waiting to hear if the show get renewed so I know if I still can be back on next season. Or is it time to move? Like, I'm ready to just go for another projects, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But I just want to know, am I going to be able to say we got season 2? Am I going to be like, hey, look, I was here once, and then because like what happens is, like, there's a possibility if him and Luther stay cool that they can move Luther on to season 2 because I don't want Luther to be forgotten about. It's like we love Luther. I swear to God, I'm gonna have people at the season finale next week, bro. Look, I'm gonna need y'all to go on Twitter and Instagram, make posters that say hashtag we love Luther. Just like we love Luther, just so they can be like, oh, he got a fan base that won't see. Do a bunch of dumb shit, man.
I mean, as long as he's still working, you might be back.
It's I'll tell you when we get off air when we start recording, but it's a possibility for different things. It's like, again, the one thing I always learned is, does your character die? No. Okay. Like, I don't get shot, I don't get arrested, I don't get hit by nothing. Don't know Russians come kill me. I don't know why Russians would be a thing, but like, just like those Russians kill black guy. They kill black guy. He goes bye-bye. And that doesn't happen. So it does not happen. So it's good. So yeah, that happens, and then we'll see what happens. Because I'm really like, it's just like it's been a great reception from people.
Because you're doing a good job, man.
Well, it's not even just thank you first and foremost, but it's not just for me. People have received the show as a whole.
Oh, they always were going to.
Huh?
They were always going to. That premise was too good not to have a good show.
It's crazy because, again, and as somebody who I guess you could consider a critic, pundit, whatever, I don't know. I don't like the label of it. I just like a dude that talks about shit. But critics was like, oh, I just thought we were going to see more sex and it was going to do this. It's like, no, because why would you need to see more sex and everything that you saw in the movie when the movie already exists?
This is what happens after the movie, right?
It's after the movie.
Is he still a male gigolo? That's all?
So here's the thing. After he gets out of, so we're at episode 7 now that came out. So he gets out of jail and he he spent 15 years in jail. He like, I don't think I should be hoeing no more. I need a regular life. And so he meets somebody who he knew in jail, who was his buddy for the time he's in prison, was like, yo, I got a guy who has a spot. It ain't the best work in the world, but it's legal work. So you can have some papers. You know what I'm saying? He owed me a favor. Go holler at him. I'm that guy, you know. And I know whenever he said, like when Julian talks to Luther and tells Luther, hey, I'm a friend of Bo's, Luther knows, okay, this is the favor from Bo you owe, so you hook him up with a job, no questions asked. So when he does, you know, say, you just like, look, I just need the restaurant to run. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Just help me run the restaurant. I got to run the restaurant. I just need you to work. That's really it. And so Julian eventually is like, this ain't the money in the life I'm used to. So then he gets to the point, he's like, yo, I'm going to have to go on back in these streets because there's chicks that heard I'm out and they want to get broke off. So guess what? I'm finna take a line or two to the face and I'm finna be back in these streets slanging that thing. And he does for a while. He does. But he gets to the point where Julian realizes he has to balance. He can't just be a gigolo because, again, that causes too much drama. What failed?
I don't know.
I was like, somebody dropped some dominoes?
I don't know.
I don't know.
You know, it's the wife over there doing stuff. I don't know what she's doing.
God, that's how you know somebody's married, y'all. When you're just like, that's the wife doing shit. I ain't got nothing to do with that. It's just whatever she doing.
I mean, she could have dropped makeup. She could have dropped anything. Who knows?
I'm just the old board man. I go to work. My wife just drops shit. That's like you.
My wife's gonna kill me when she hears this.
Of course she is. Okay, of course she is. But that's love. That's love. I was just texting one of my homeboys. He was my boy Martin was texting me. He was like, he's like, hey man, your Facebook post been sounding kind of sad. I was like, they ain't sounding sad. It's just me just being just honest, just being, you know, just like, I was like, man, the only thing I'm sad about is I've gone through cuffing season undrafted. I said, this hurts, okay? It's cuffing season and I've gone undrafted. I don't like being a free agent on the market, okay? I don't like being an unrestricted free agent.
Yeah, that sucks that you didn't get picked up.
Man, look, I thought this year was going to be the year I get picked up. But then, you know, maybe, you know, I don't want to just be a journeyman out here. You know what I'm saying? I just want to be I want to be on a team that's going to, you know, respect my talents, know what I bring, you know what I'm saying? No, not going to overload me on my workload, you know what I'm saying? Going to let me do what I need to do for them. And if I have to, you know, pick up the pieces on certain things, I shall. But I want them to respect me. Now, then I don't want that when the season's over, that they go ahead and put me back on the waiver wire. You know, I don't want them to be like, we don't need his services no more, because I don't want to keep being drafted like this. I don't think this is going to look good on my resume when they pull out my Topps card. It was like, he played for this team, this team, this team, this team.
You're getting there, man. It seems like you're getting there. So
I
have all the faith that you'll get picked up again.
I appreciate it. It's just, you know, I joke about it. It's cool and all, you know, I joke about it, but it's times I do think about like, yo, I say, oh man, I want to be in a relationship. I want to be with somebody, blah, 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 blah. I say that, but then I have to think about like, yo, if you're in a relationship right now at this moment, sir, how are you going to make time for that? Because you are going to piss somebody off when all you see them is less than 2 hours. You know, they're going to be like, yo, I just don't want to keep going to comedy shows all the time, which I wouldn't want to. I would never want to drag a woman just to comedy shows consistently. My daughter's mom, when I first got started, she was excited for me. I was excited. She wanted to go to things. She wanted to do that. And I was just starting out. So it was cool. It was, you know, meeting some people, seeing the process, cool. Now, I don't need to see this nigga no more. Like if I'm in town, if I'm in Tacoma, right, when I go see my daughter, I can book shows out there. I can easily hit up people in advance. Hey, I'm such and such from blah, blah, blah. I'm in town. I want to drop through, do a show. Yo, come through. Now, depending on how she feel, she might go. Other than that, she'd be like, I can talk to you. I'm good. Which that hurts. You don't want to see me tell my jokes on stage.
I mean, let's be honest. How many times do you actually change up your set? You're not changing it up every night.
Well, it depends. That's the thing now. I've been doing this a little bit more and more. So I have the tried and true.
Okay.
When I need to showcase completely and be dead on game and everything, I got the tried and true. Boom. This is what we're doing, right? I have the tried and true already locked in my head. But I'm looking at the crowd and I might watch a comic or two before me and I'm watching what they're saying and how the crowd is reacting. Then I'm like, all right, one of those jokes I can't do. I got to pull back on this. I might can do that now. Dude, I was at a show. Where was I at? I was at a show, I think, a couple days ago. And I was like, yo, I got this massage bit I've been trying to work out and get, there's some pieces I'm trying to get rid of and trying to fully flesh it out. And at first I wasn't going to do it, but I was like, you know what? This crowd looks like the type I can tell this story. And if I just keep if I let my brain talk it out, I know what how like you do programming and IT work. You know how you have the basic code to make something work.
I don't do that, but yeah.
No,
I know what you're talking about, though. I don't do
what's the basic shit, smart ass? Smart ass.
I'm not a software engineer. Okay, I don't do that.
You're right. You are IT. You make sure some shit work right.
I make sure shit works.
You help me with my goddamn printer. Anyway, so like I have the skeleton. I got the skeleton.
Yeah.
But now I'm like, oh, let me add more. So I have the skeleton of a joke, but as I'm building the joke, my brain can fire off. So I'm like, I can keep saying shit. And luckily I audio record everything. So it's like, what the fuck did I say? I don't remember. So then I can go back to the record and remember like, oh, I said that. Like I'm working on this bit about porn, which I never thought I was going to work a whole bit out about porn. Because I was like, I thought there was, you see how you're looking at me? Exactly.
No, that's not what I'm thinking. I'm like, isn't that what the comic club is for? Working stuff out, building up your stuff, you said?
Mm-hmm. Because I never thought I was going to have a porn. I never thought I was going to do a full joke about porn, though. That's the thing. Like, I never thought I would ever make, because I thought it was like, yo, people talk about it. And I was like, because I always start out about, let me ask, I want to see how honest you all are going to be. I say this in the crowd. Let me see how honest you all are going to be. Round of applause if you watch porn. Everybody's not going to clap. It never failed, right?
Yeah. So
I'd be like, to everybody who didn't clap, I'd be like, cool. To everybody who didn't clap, let me see your phone real quick. I want to go in your internet browser. Now, everybody started getting, because I'm like, you all know if somebody asks you use your phone to go on the internet or your computer, and you'd be like, hey, what the website start with? You about to go to? Like, what the website start with? Because we just would have got, like, everybody's like an X. Fuck an X. You hit a P. We got a problem. You know what I'm saying? Like you trying to go to Panda Express, Pizza Hut, I'll type that shit in for you. Like, I don't need you hitting P and then you're like, woo. I'm the type of person I'd be scared. Like, you hit the wrong letter, it ain't got to be a P or an X. Shit, I'm around here just tripping.
See, I don't worry about stuff like that. That's what Google Incognito's for.
I know. I know.
That doesn't track. That doesn't keep those typing
keystrokes. Yeah, everyone doesn't understand that though. There's some people who don't know. They still be like, "Oh, dude, I realized when I found out about the incognito. Like, I just found out about that about years ago, which is crazy. I was like, wait, what? It doesn't what? Oh, yep. So I went in my history from my regular browser. I was like, let me go ahead and make sure I delete all this. So, yep. And then I would delete it all the way through. And then I would go back and you know how you click on the website. I'm like, X. Nothing popped up. P. Nothing. I was like, let me make sure we get rid of that for the time being and shit. You know what I'm saying?
I got this for you when we're not recording.
Okay. So listen, speaking of which, I got to get ready to wrap it up. Tell people how they can find you and tell you all the love and everything.
If they want to, they can find me at Instagram and whatever other freaking sites under Shy-Town Pyro. That's all I do. Don't really do much.
Y'all know where I am. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all the good shit. You know how to find me. We'll be back with more of these. I'm going to go ahead and get all this stuff uploaded. I need to hire an assistant or some shit. I do. Because this is like I got all the September ones edited. I just didn't upload them. And I said, no, I got one more to edit. And it's like they just got to be up. They're there. They're done. And it's like, So then figure out that. But holla at y'all. All right, bye. Bye.